Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to see everyone here. Welcome to the Unity of Olympia. I get to share with you this morning an original song that I would like you to sing along with me. So the line repeats, so as you hear it, just know that you know it and sing as you feel like you can pick it up. And here we go. Stand up. I get up in the morning and celebrate with a brand new gratitude. Sing that. I get up in the morning and celebrate with a brand new gratitude. Here's the next part. I can make this day what I want it to be. For in all things, it's the truth I see. Back to the beginning. I get up in the morning and celebrate with a brand new gratitude. The other verses are the same. We're just going to put the lyrics up. You got this. I go about my day and celebrate with a brand new gratitude. Sing that again. I go about my day and celebrate with a brand new gratitude. I can make this day what I want it to be, centered in joy and prosperity. I go about my day and celebrate with a brand new gratitude. I come home in the evening and celebrate with a brand new gratitude. Sing it. I come home in the evening and celebrate with a brand new gratitude. I can make this day what I want it to be. Namaste, behold the light in you and me. I come home in the evening and celebrate with a brand new gratitude. When I lay down at night, I celebrate with a brand new gratitude. When I lay down at night, I celebrate with a brand new gratitude. I can make this day what I want it to be, holding peace for all people from sea to sea. When I lay down at night, I celebrate with a brand new gratitude, with a brand new gratitude. I celebrate every day of my life with a brand new gratitude.
Hey. Wow. I'm pretty sure that's an original by you, right?
What's that?
Is that an original?
Yeah, that's an original.
We get the most talented musicians. Welcome to Unity of Olympia, everybody. My name is Reverend Terry. If you don't recognize me, I am the regular minister here. I have been gone for a couple of weeks, four Sundays, and I am thrilled to be back, but I'm feeling a little rusty. So just have some grace for me, please. I really appreciate that. At Unity, we honor all faith traditions and all paths to God. And at Unity of Olympia, we nurture lives of freedom and joy through personal development and spiritual experience. You know, I hope that every single one of you, whether you're new or whether you've been around for 20 or more years, has an opportunity, takes the opportunity to participate in the activities here that really do promote community, that really do provide opportunity to grow spiritually and emotionally, because I believe this is what makes a difference for our entire planet at this time. So I'm going to light this candle as a symbol of that divine light that shines within each of you and everybody else around the planet. Please join me in prayer. Spirit, God, presence, divinity. We come to an awareness of the truth of our being, that we matter, that our lives matter, that we are holy and sacred. And we hold this in prayer for every person on the planet. We align our minds in this moment with that awareness of love, of peace, and of joy bubbling up from our depths to be a blessing to one another. We're so grateful for the opportunity to do this, to be this. And we pray it for all people. And so it is. Amen. We got more music, right?
Yes, we do. Steve is going to come and help me out on this one. Yeah. So this one has a lot of words on the verses, but I'm really hoping everyone will sing with me on the chorus. Steve and I will show you how it goes. It's the same line 4 times, so you don't have to wait till we're done with the whole first chorus to join in. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. One more time. Oh,
the Spirit of God is upon me.
Hold the om. Oh, I used to think that I had to. I used to think that I should. The scripture told me that I had to be good. But now I love because I want to. I love because I am free, blinded by the Spirit. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit, you guys sound so good. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, I don't need any prodding. I don't need any love. I want to sing with all my heart. God is my all in all, and let go of my burden. Loving God has made me free, blinded by the Spirit. Oh, Lord, the Spirit, the Spirit, the Spirit of God is upon me.
The Spirit of God is upon me.
The Spirit of God is upon me.
The Spirit of God is upon
Spirit of God is upon me.
The Spirit of God is upon me.
Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, I thought it was my duty. I thought it was my job. Somewhere I believed that loving God would be hard, but loving God is wonderful. Loving God is ecstasy. Thank God for the freedom. Let me tell you now, the Spirit, the Spirit, the Spirit of God is upon me.
The Spirit of God is upon
Spirit
me.
of God is upon me. Yeah.
The Spirit of God is
The
upon me.
Spirit of God is upon me.
The Spirit of God is upon me.
Spirit of God. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. 2 more times. Oh, sing it, yeah. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of here comes upon me. Oh.
Good morning, everybody. In the theme of Rusty, I have not been the platform assistant for a month. So Reverend Terry and I got together and said, good luck. Welcome to our spiritual home. So good to see familiar faces and some new ones as well. Always fun to look out at the crowd and see those smiling faces looking back at me. This is the time when we acknowledge that the territory where we are right now is the original land of the Stachos people. The Stachos, of course, are of the Squaxin Island tribe. The valleys, the mountains, the rivers are all imbued with their spirit. At this time, I want to call Reverend Terry forward to do the youth lesson. So youth, come on down.
Are you the Ute? Okay, you guys can stay there. It's all right. Okay, because I can talk to you back there, that's okay. But that speaker is bothering me, so I'm going to stand over here. Hi. You know me? I know you too. Okay, guys, I have a story, and some of you have probably heard this story before. It's called the story of Chicken Little. Anybody know that story? Okay, well, this one's a different telling of the same story. So because it's different, I'm going to have to pay attention to my notes. Chicken Little was walking through the forest, and an acorn fell on his head, and he thought, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. And so he warned everyone. And some people believed him, but some did not. All day he talked about it. Some of his friends who believed him decided that they really had to tell the king and warn the king so that the entire land could be made safe. So they started walking towards the castle, and then even a fox joined them along the way. Did you know about that? Yep. And so pretty soon they're walking, and the fox says, hey, I know a shortcut. And so they follow the fox because they're just, nice kids, nice animal kids. And so they're following the fox, and he is getting close to his den, and they can see, and they can go, uh-oh, what's going on? And suddenly an acorn fell out of the sky and hit the fox on the head, and it knocked the fox down, and all of the other animals ran away and got home safely, and they lived happily ever after. That's a different way to tell the story, isn't it? What did Chicken Little say when something hit him in the head? The sky is falling. The sky is falling. And he believed it, didn't he? I mean, he believed it so much that he convinced other people that it was true, right? Have you ever believed something that turned out to not be true? Yes? Have you ever believed something that turned out to not be true? Have you ever believed something that you got told wasn't true, and then it was really hard to wrap your mind around it? That you really had a hard time coming to a new belief? Anybody here? I believe in that. Well, Chicken Little released that idea, and we can too. And so that's what today's lesson is about. It's all about letting go of ideas that aren't true. Now, I'm going to say that most people have this idea that I'm not good enough. Anybody have that idea somewhere lurking around in the back of your mind? Okay, so you guys are not alone, right? The adults help me teach all of these children's lessons, right? This is something that happens. It is a lie that our minds try to tell us over and over again. And some people actually grow out of it completely. But for us, and for you as children especially, it's important to know now that you are good enough. And that's the truth. And whenever that thought shows up, you have to be just like watching the fox get knocked down by the acorn and suddenly realizing, oh yeah, that's right. I am. So today's lesson is about letting go of ideas that no longer serve us. And yeah. And so I think that you guys get more story, and it's time to probably go.
I am walking in the light, in the light, in the light. I am walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God.
At Unity, we live our vision, mission, and values to our best selves to make a positive difference in the world. That is who we are. As you know, it is your generosity that makes all of these programs possible, including our youth ed program, our guest musicians, and of course, the entire service. And for that, we are truly grateful for your generosity. This is the time for the report from the chair, which would happen to be me. And I will tell you that we did not have a board meeting during Reverend Terry's absence, so this will be a very short report. I'm going to stretch this thing out now. Basically, I just want you to know that the board is currently reading The Abundance Project by Derek Rydell, and I'm going to tell you the whole theme of it is simply this. Everything you need is already in you. It's a great message. So I hope that each of you can really take that in. The book is totally of unity principles, and I always like to be reminded that everything I need is in me. So as we now transition to the prayer portion of the service, as we prepare for the daily word, a member of the prayer team will be bringing forward the prayer request box. Please join the prayer team in affirming that every prayer in the box has already been answered. And as you can probably guess, the daily word will be read by Audrey Pitchford.
Thank you, Greg. Good morning. Today's daily word is seasons. Throughout the seasons of my life, my Christ light shines brightly. When winter follows the autumn harvest and the sun's light grows weaker, what may resemble barren land is actually a time of rest, a preparation for a new cycle of seasons. The sun's light and warmth change in ways that perfectly support each season. My life, like the life on planet Earth, moves through seasons. The awakening of wonder in childhood, exciting and sometimes stormy growth during adolescence and early adulthood, the achievements of my middle years, and the fulfillment that maturity can bring. The Christ presence, the divine light within me, is my unfailing source of strength, understanding, and comfort in every season of life. And from the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 14, and God said, "Let there be light in the dome of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, and for days and for years." Throughout the seasons of life, my Christ light shines brightly, and I invite us to affirm that together. Throughout the seasons of life, my Christ light shines brightly, and so it is.
Just so I don't forget, which I often do, Audrey will be praying at the end of service. I'll try to remind you at the end, but you've been told. And I'm going to tell you right now that if you have ever tried to pray with other people, it does not automatically roll off your tongue. It just doesn't. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you pray with Audrey, you're in for a treat, because it rolls off her tongue in some magical and mystical way, and I really admire it, Audrey. So please feel free to join Audrey for individual prayer at the end of the service. This is the time where we affirm our statement of faith, and I invite you to join me with "There is only one." Together, please. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God the good, all power, presence, and wisdom. It is in God that I live, move, and have my being.
I'm open, I allow it. I let the good flow through me. I'm open, I allow it. I let love flow through me. Finding the courage to weather the storm, keeping my heart open when I'm afraid of being torn. Trusting I'm strong enough to see the pain I've caused. Finding faith and clarity to lead me on. So I'm open, I allow it. I let the good flow through me. I'm open, I allow it. I let love flow through me. All I need is right here, right now. So I will be the love that I am. I release and let go of resistance, control, and open myself to a more than I've known. 'Cause I'm open, I allow it. I let the good flow through me. I'm open, I allow it. I let love flow through me. All of life is conspiring for my good. All of life is conspiring for my good. 'Cause I'm open, I allow it. I let the good flow through me. I'm open, I allow it. I let love flow through me. I'm open, I allow it. I let good flow through me. I'm open, I allow it. I let love flow through me. I'm open, I allow it. I let the good flow through me. Yeah, I'm open, I allow it. I let love flow through me. I'm open, I allow it. I let love flow through me.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you. Another original. So one day a first grade teacher was telling the story of Chicken Little to her classroom. And she read, and Chicken Little went up to the farmer and said, "The sky is falling." And then she turned to her classroom and said, "And what do you think the farmer said?" And one little girl, her arm went up. So the teacher says, "Yes, Mary, what do you think he said?" She says, "I think he said, 'Holy crap, a talking chicken.'" Let it go. I understand that the C word is not always considered to be profanity. Just saying. Today's topic is Go and Let God. That's the title for my talk. And it is all about release. As we move into the month of November, we move into gratitude and release. And for me, these two go together because switching any attitude that we have to one of gratitude is a step to moving towards releasing whatever stuff we got going on, whatever holy crap is going on. I'm going to use this affirmation throughout the day, and I hope that we use it enough here that you get to take it home with you. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. Good job. Okay. We'll do that some more. So you might be wondering, what did you do on your sabbatical, Terry? Thank you for asking, Diana. One of the things that I did is I enrolled in an 8-week course in learning skills to promote positive intelligence in my life. So many of you know that positive psychology and unity history sort of run along the same path. Now, the true study of positive psychology didn't start until psychologist Martin Seligman began his work, and I think that it was about introducing it to a particular group of psychologists, that it began in 1998 for real as a study. But positive psychology asks the question, instead of asking the question, what's wrong with this person's mental health and what can we do about it? It asks the question, what makes people healthy and happy, and how can we spread that? And unity, you know, for a long time, we've been asking the question, how do we have an experience of heaven on earth here and now, versus the other religions, not all of them, but many other religions historically that say, how do I not go to hell and get to heaven instead when I'm dead? And if those are the things that you believe theologically, then that's a really important question. But it's not one of the teachings that we believe Jesus was teaching. We really do believe that he was teaching about life here and now. What to do to live our very best lives here and now. So positive psychology is really wonderful for me because you know what they do? They apply science. It's not just us spiritual woo-woo people saying, think positive and your life will be better. There's science behind it now. I'm really excited about that. So we use denials and affirmations in our role of releasing and affirming truth. So one of the things that we have come to believe over the last, I think 20 or 30 years in Unity, is that the term denial, we have lost the definition culturally, and we have had to shift to the power of release instead of the power of denial. Because the definition no longer means denying that something has power over me, an illness, a thought, a belief, which is the way that we've been using it historically, to I'm pretending it doesn't exist. And that's not supported by positive psychology, and it's not part of our practice. We're not pretending something doesn't exist. We're actually working with it to come to a new way of being. So the thing I really love about this class I'm taking, it's called PQ, Positive Intelligence Quotient, right? Like IQ or SQ, Spiritual Intelligence Quotient. EQ, you know that one? Emotional, you guys are brilliant. I love you. Okay, so this guy wrote this book. His name is Shirzad Chamine, and he Yep, I said it fast, Shirzad Shamin. He wrote this book called Positive Intelligence. It's on the New York bestsellers list for many months. And then he created this program called PQ. And it's just, you use an app, and it's about gaining skills, a little bit of information every day, and then some practice every day. And so I've been doing these practices that are suggested, and I'm really enjoying them. One of the things that we found out with these practices is, or I found out, is that fMRIs, or the education piece, fMRIs actually can tell the difference. It's a different part of the brain that is activated when you are ruminating or thinking negative thoughts or just spinning. Anybody ever spin? It's a whole lot less frequently now than it used to be, but it still happens, which is why I'm taking the class. Is in a different location than those thoughts that are calm and peaceful, physically in the brain. And so for me, it's like, okay, ego self, fearful self, Christ nature. Now, for those of you who are triggered by that, highest self. Or the language that they use in PQ, saboteur and sage. You like that? Sage. Yeah. And so we pay attention when something triggers us or shows up that we recognize isn't true, makes us feel something we don't like. And then we say consciously, I can shift into the sage. And we can do that because we've practiced. What do you think the practice is? Mindfulness. Excellent. So here's the other thing that science shows us. Mindfulness meditation, any meditation actually, or any practice that is completely focused. If you have a practice that is completely focused on something right here, right now, that helps to actually build the neural pathways to that side of the brain that we're calling the sage. You like that? 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes a day. So I'm going to share some of those practices with you. One of them, ready? Put two fingers together and rub them so lightly that you can feel the ridges on the other fingertip. You have to do it very lightly, and you have to pay close attention. And just do that for 10 seconds. Anybody feel the ridges? Yeah, it took me a while. You guys are brilliant. So that's one practice. Here's another practice. This is my favorite. Just rub your fingers down gently on the palms and give all of your attention to the feeling. You can close your eyes if you want. To the way that feels, those fingertips feel on the palm of your hand. Just a little practice. Look at, I see some people grinning. Yeah. So those are a couple of the short, easy practices, because one of the things that, I don't know, do you guys still get triggered and then go spinning off into not la-la land? Do you, some of you? Okay, thank you. Which is, I mean, this is why I do this, right? This is why I'm in this whole gig. This is why I'm here today, is because I believe that there is such a level of emotional and spiritual health available to me and to you that we don't have to go triggered, spinning uncontrollably. And so I'm very hopeful that this particular practice that I'm working with may help me move into my sage more quickly. That may help me move out of ego and into that Christ nature that is the truth of who and what I am. Whatever language works for you, don't get caught up in the language, please. Because I do. I get triggered by weird stuff. You know, there's a couple of traveling monks. This is a Zen story. A couple of traveling monks are walking down the road, and they come across a litter. A princess is in this litter, waiting to be transported across the mud, but her attendants are holding all of her packages, and they don't have the ability, and she's mad. She's scowling and talking bad to them, and the younger monk just kept right on walking, but the older monk stopped. And he picked her up and carried her over the mud and put her on the dry spot. And she pushed him away when he'd set her down and just went about her business. And they continued to walk. The younger monk, he's like, that was so rude. So rude. And finally, he said, How come she did that? Doesn't that tick you off? That's what he said, tick. Doesn't that tick you off? That woman back there was very selfish and rude, but you picked her up on your back and you carried her, and then she didn't even thank you. And the older monk looked at him and said, I set that woman down hours ago. Why haven't you? This is the difference between long-term practice and a little practice. And so we don't, right? This is a monk, a younger monk who has not practiced as long. So we don't get upset with ourselves if we still continue to spin out occasionally. We just know that we're still in the practice, right? So we have to be able to recognize those regular beliefs before we can release them. This is all about releasing those ideas that no longer serve us. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. Together? I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. So whenever I think that you're wrong, any of you, whenever I think that anybody in my family is wrong, that's my point to invite myself into a sage belief and invite in curiosity. That's what the sage does. Or love and compassion. That's what the sage does, right? My friend Dave said years ago, I used to think that I'd always think the way that I thought, but I don't think so anymore. Does anybody ever have that recognition around that, right? I used to think the way that I think was the way I'd always think, but now I don't think so. And it's true, and what a relief. It's like the sky is not falling. Oh, thank goodness. So, I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. Together, I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. There is a power and a presence that lives and moves and has its being in and around and through us. And that power and presence, whether you refer to it as energy or source or God, it is always available to us if we remember to ask. And that is the source that I believe that we activate when that part of the brain on the fMRI shows up. That is like the activation. I love science. So one of the things that I think probably has been activating a few of you while I've been gone is perhaps politics. Do you think? Yeah, I think so. I think that that it's a challenging time to let go of concerns and worries and fears. And I don't know every single one of you, and so I don't know how each and every one of you is voting or what you want, but I have a pretty good guess about who we are. And what I want to remind you is that even this There is no way for us to know what the outcome is going to be today. And we probably won't know on Tuesday. And maybe we'll know on Wednesday, and maybe we won't. Hopefully we'll know by next week when we come back. If not, I'll have to come up with something else to talk about. Regardless of the outcome, God is present in all situations. There is no absence of good because what we deem to be bad has shown up. You remember the story about the farmer whose son broke his leg riding the horse, and then the army came and said, we're conscripting all of the young men, but his son got to stay home, and over, that's good, that's bad, that's good, that's bad. But the real truth is that life is just happening. And I don't know, I have an idea, and my ego self knows what's good and what should be happening this week. But I might be wrong. It might be just that we're unfolding in such a way that we're living out this experience of birthing a new reality. And that birthing a new reality is messy. And the truth is that regardless of who wins the presidential election, it is going to be messy. We will be birthing a new reality. And so our work really is to be as grounded in our principles as we can be. Now, I have a note on here. Oh, yeah, I got time. I have a note on here that says, I want to just make sure y'all know what our principles are. Ready for the test? Okay, here we go. Our first basic principle in unity is God is, that there is a power and a presence that is working for good. I like to think of that power and presence as an evolutionary energy. Evolution doesn't always work out really great for every single species over history, but it constantly moves towards greater intelligence and greater equanimity even. Right? You could say that part of the problem of what's going on with us politically is that we've moved to greater equanimity. That's a problem for some people. Right? That some of us have created this situation. I'm okay with that because evolution, that force, that power that is moving in and through us that I call God, is present. And there is no power out there that is creating evil, that is purposely trying to get you. It just doesn't exist. It's in your mind, literally, on that side of the brain, according to the fMRI. Second one, I am the sage. I am the divine presence. I am an expression of the universe or of the evolutionary impulse toward good, toward a better world. I am that. You are that. Third, thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. That's called the law of mind action. We recognize this, that it's no longer a woo-woo statement, that the way that we look at the world is often the way that we're going to experience the world. And that can even influence activities in the world. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to control all of them, because that's just a bridge too far for me. But it can influence the things that are happening around us. And it certainly creates our own response and experience. Prayer, meditation, affirmations, and release. Affirmations. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. Together, I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. This is an affirmation and a denial sort of wrapped up together, right? because it says there might be an experience in my mind of stuff that is against me, and I'm affirming only the truth. I'm releasing that, which might look like it's against my unfolding good, or at least anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. So these affirmations, releasing, letting go, prayer and meditation. And meditation, you know, I know that mindfulness meditation has become like a thing in the last, 25, 30 years? But when we take a look at the the 5-step prayer process that Charles Fillmore promoted in the 1920s, you will see that it's relax the body, it's focus, get your mind attention, give it something to have your attention on, and then give it that space to be in that receiving mode. And between the attention space, you know, actually focusing on something, and then purposely waiting for stuff to show up, that is mindfulness practice. That is it. So Unity has been teaching positive psychology skills for a long, long time, and I'm willing to learn them again from somebody else who's teaching it another way. 5, action, yes, yes. Showing up at church is great. Good to have you here. Give your money too. That's action. And the bigger deal, the more important deal, is taking that time for yourself to engage with the mindfulness practice. Taking that time for yourself to shift your thinking. Taking that time, making this real. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. Together, I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. Because the sky is not falling. That's the truth. The sky is not falling, but things might look different going forward. Okay. Thank you so much for playing. You want to take us into meditation with some music? Appreciate it.
In the stillness of this moment, there is peace, there is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace, there is peace. And I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is peace. In the stillness of this moment there is love. In the stillness of this moment, there is love, there is love. In the stillness of this moment, there is love, there is love. And I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is love. In the stillness of this moment there is rest. In the stillness of this moment, there is rest, there is rest. In the stillness of this moment, there is rest, there is rest. and I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is rest.
And so I invite you into this time of meditation. And close your eyes if that's comfortable, and if not, find a focal point upon which your eyes can rest. I want to start just by inviting you to listen to the sounds around us for a few seconds. Just identify those sounds that are far away and the ones that are closer. And then bring the attention to the breath. Noticing how it flows over your lips, warmer on the inhale and cooler on the exhale. Feeling the belly and chest rise as the breath enters, and then they fall. And we bring our attention right now to the power of peace. Peace in the midst of sounds around us. Peace in the midst of a body that calls for our attention. Peace in the midst of a world that is deeply calling for peace, compassion, and love. And so we know peace. We rest in it right now. I want to invite you to let this feeling of peace move so that it fills your entire body. Even with the clamoring around outside, that there is peace here and now. That this presence is part of the source that brings us life itself. I want to invite you into a few moments of concentration on your breath, or concentration on the word peace, while we remain silent in the outer, in the silence now. So grateful for this opportunity to know peace, to practice peace, to know the presence of what's holy and sacred in my mind and in my heart, and for all of you. Even in this special time of clamoring noise around us, what a great practice. What an amazing opportunity to be in community and practice together. We're so grateful for this presence and power of life, of love, of the divine that that moves in and through and even as us. And we are committed to an openness that allows us to release anything and everything that no longer serves our unfolding good for ourselves and for our community. So it is.
In the stillness of this moment, there is peace, there is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace, there is peace. And I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is peace. In the stillness there is love. In the stillness of this moment there is love, there is love. In the stillness of this moment, there is love, there is love. And I rest and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is love.
We know that each of you are here today not by coincidence, but by divine appointment, and we're so glad that you have joined us, including those of you who are joining us from home. If you're new to Unity, we'd certainly enjoy getting to know you better and hope that you will join us after the service during our fellowship hour. Please feel free to come down and say hi. The people with the green ribbons on are our welcome team, although everybody is really on the welcome team as far as I know. So when you came in, you probably were given the opportunity to have a packet, and if you fill that out, we have something for you. At this time, I'd like to invite the ushers to come forward. As you all know, there are many ways of supporting our church with your prosperity and your gifts. You can do it online, you can do it on Venmo, you can do it with a check, you can do it automatically. And for those of you who enjoy putting your gift into the little bags, the bags are here. We are ready for you too. However it is that you give, please take your gift into your mind, your heart, your hand, and let us bless it together with divine love. Please join me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Open to the sacred richness of our infinite source, we as Unity of Olympia joyfully co-create unlimited prosperity right now.
This song has a bit of a call and response, so I invite you to sing along with Steve. Running around fixing this and that, giving it up to God and then taking it back. Just release and let it go. You don't even have to think about it no more. Get out of the way.
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 There you go. Get out the way and let God do his thing. You look like the weight of the world's on your back. Just take a deep breath and cut yourself some slack. All that drama, it ain't good for you. You couldn't change what is if you wanted to. Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Hey, get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Get out the way and let God do his thing. The sun's gonna shine and the river's gonna flow. The tide's gonna rise without your say-so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. You don't plant a seed, then dig it up and see if it's growing. Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Hey, get out of the way.
Get out of the way. Get out.
Get out the way and let God do his thing. I know you want to sing that again. So get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Hey, get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Get out the way and let God do his thing. One more time. Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Hey, get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Get out the way and let God do his thing. Get out the way and let the God do his thing.
Well, let us bless all of our gifts, including our lovely musician. Spirit, we're so grateful for each of the gifts that make it possible for this community to provide a service of love, a service of hope, a service of open-mindedness. And we bless each of the givers that they may receive in return a tenfold receipt. And that's the givers who have given financially and in their service opportunities, and perhaps even in their smiles and caring for one another. We know that this blessing is made so. Amen.
As a reminder, please submit your prayer requests. There are boxes in the front and the back of the congregation, and our fabulous prayer team will pray with those, and they will then be forwarded to Silent Unity for 30 days. Also a reminder, Audrey is in the back for individual prayer, private prayer, so please feel free to join her. On the board, we have all the activities happening, and perhaps some of you noticed as you came in that there was not a handout with these activities, because now we are even going upscale with digitizing. There you can actually scan the little code, and that will show you all the activities happening.
QR code.
QR code, yeah.
Also known as the little code.
The little code, yeah. You all know the little code, right? All right. I mean, we're pretty hip now, right? It's pretty cool. A couple things I do want to emphasize here. Number one, for those of you who are meditation fans, that has now been changed to 8:45 prior to the service. So please feel free to join in that. There was a nice group I saw today. The membership information meeting will be happening on November the 10th at 11:30 for those of you considering membership, which I hope some of you are. And on November 24th.
What time?
It says 11:30 here.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just checking. I have to be there.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I got it right. And on November 24th, we are having our gratitude lunch, and you have to sign up for that. And preferably, please sign up online. You can sign up online, or you can talk to Roseanne, and we'll hope to see you there. Do you have anything else to add?
Well, I think the gratitude potluck is going to be downstairs service, during service. I think we're going to do that whole eating breakfast and having service at the same time. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Talk about getting fed.
But I'm bombed.
The flowers today are the gift of Tommy Helm. Thank you, Tommy. And she took all the pressure off of me by recommending someone to whom to give them. I love that. If you're the flower donor, you can always recommend somebody, which I appreciate, because then I can just say, today, they go to Michael and Sandy Petty.
Oh, nice. Excellent. That's perfect. So I will just let you know, of course, that our youth program is active and alive next weekend. Kyle and 2 or 3, I don't know how many Uniteens, 3, I'm being told by Uniteen parents, 3 middle school kids are going off to a Uniteen event, and Kyle is going too. So pray for him. They will have a great time, and I just wanted to mention that to say thank you for your support for our youth program, because it's because of your support that this can happen. I just want to let you know that what happens is the events are fairly expensive. I think they're more than $400 per person. And so we go, a third comes out of our youth fundraising. They do their own fundraisers. A third comes from the parent, and a third comes from your regular gifts. And so that's, I just want to say thank you for helping to make that happen. All right, let's close with prayer. Nope, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Thank you. All right. Do I remember this prayer? Hold on. Yep, okay. Together, the light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you for joining us online today. Have a great week. And do you guys want to circle up to do the peace song?